Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by Betting Pros. You know me, you know the voice, you know the guy. It's me, really real, villain real. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Okay, so the game didn't go all the way well, but it was still pretty good. We didn't get the total. There were just too many times. The Kings started that game shooting the ball really, really bad. DeMar DeRozan was like 0 for 5, 0 for 6 to start the game, something like that. He couldn't buy a bucket. But then he turned it on in the second half. The Kings turned it on in the second half for a little bit, and it actually looked like we had some hope going into the fourth quarter. It was at one point in the beginning of the fourth quarter, we needed like some 55 points, and it was like, that's doable. But you know what happens in the fourth quarter? Fourth quarter is where your totals go to die, and everything completely died in the fourth quarter. We did not get the over for the game, but I will tell you, I will tell you, I will tell you, we did get DeMar DeRozan to go over his points, rebounds, and assists yet again. Yet again. One of my favorite bets of the year is just DeMar DeRozan to go over points, rebounds, and assists. That's got to be that might have to be one of my favorite ones, whether it's RA, PRA, however I decide to play it. DeMar DeRozan, more often than not, does really well for me. And shout out to Keegan Murray on the social media YouTube short play as well. Took him over 2.5. I did take him over 2.5 threes, but I took him over 1.5 threes, and then also took the over 2.5 threes and got some plus money value there. He did end up finishing with 3 threes. Really, really nice play there. Solid day. So solid day. If you add the YouTube play, it's a very solid day. 1-on-1 on the show. We'll get ready to keep it going. I have a bunch of things that I'm looking at and a couple plays that I'm going to give out here. But before I do that, and before I talk about anything else, again, the luxury, because it's my show of what I could talk about. I know I mentioned it last week and I said it. And for my Survivor folks that are way more locked into Survivor than I am, can they just give Rachel the money already? I mean, seriously, can they just give Rachel the Survivor money already? There is no way Rachel doesn't win this, right? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that was a spoiler for some people that might not have caught it. And well, no, it really shouldn't be a spoiler, because from what I saw from the episode before, you should know that she is dominating this season. She is dominating this season. I went to try to look it up. So if somebody sees odds for Survivor and like live odds right now, drop them in the comment section of the youtube.com/bettingpros into the fast break bets in this video. Go ahead and drop it in the comment section. I'm very curious on what the current odds are for Rachel. It can't be anything less than minus 200 at this point. Like, I can't see anybody else. How does she mess this up? I can't see how she messes this up if she doesn't get to final three. And if she gets to final three, how do they not give her the money? She's been so good. This was, oh man, Rachel, great play. Great play. If she's anything less than laying $2, then I think that's a pretty good bet to win Survivor. But nonetheless, I just want to talk about my recent interest in Survivor. But I do have plays for you. First, I got to make sure that I tell you that you need to get that Betting Pros app. If you haven't already, go download the Betting Pros app. Track all your bets in one place with the Betting Pros app. You can get your player prop picks through the prop bet cheat sheet. You can go through there and use our systems tab, or you can give me a follow. And I'm going to have a whole bunch of plays that I'm going to be adding over the course of the day. I'm only going to give out 2 plays here, but I'm going to add a bunch of other plays over the course of the day, and I'll talk about them at the end of the show too, so make sure you listen to that. But make sure you get that Betting Pros app where you can see exactly when I go put the bets in. You can follow me, and you can, hey, tail me or fade me. Like, player props have been pretty all right. Sides and totals have been up and down, but the player props have been really, really good. So just go ahead and give me a follow over there at that Betting Pros app. It's completely free. So, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's just completely free. Go get the Betting Pros app right now over there in the App Store, Google Play Store, or whatever store you got. Make sure you go get that Betting Pros app. All right, let's talk about it, guys. I have 2 plays in the NBA. Play number 1, relatively easy. I'm not questioning this at all. I see the Cleveland Cavaliers on the road going to play the Washington Wizards. No, I lied. They're not on the road. They're at home. The Cleveland Cavaliers are at home going to play the Washington Wizards. Wizards are currently laying 17. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm saying this all wrong. Can I get this together? All right. Cavs are currently laying 17 against the Wizards. Total is at 232 right now. I understand this is a very, very large point spread, but the Wizards are such an unserious basketball team. Like completely unserious in terms of going to play basketball. And nonetheless, they have found their way to sneak 3 wins on the season. Thank you to the Atlanta Hawks twice, and thank you to the Denver Nuggets. Without those 3 wins, still they are getting destroyed in every single loss that they play in. I mean, there's a 9-point loss out there. That's the worst. That's the best loss that they have. The best loss that they have is losing by 9. So let's start it off at 9. Then it gets tremendously uglier from there. This Wizards team has been horrible. Look at the injury report, and it literally just updated before I did the show. And I was sitting there like, man, should I really give out this big of a number on the show? And then my phone dinged, and the injury report went off for the Wizards yet again. They're going to be without Malcolm Brogdon. They're going to be without Kyle Kuzma. They're going to be without Keyshawn George in this game. They're going to be without Corey Kispert as well, coming off of the bench. So that is 4, and Kispert, George, who is playing really well and playing some good minutes for them, without Kuz, who is already doing that, and without Malcolm Brogdon, who's come in and played them some really solid minutes and been a very good point guard for them. That's 4 contributing pieces that are out of this lineup. And then you have the Cleveland Cavaliers coming off of a loss as well. I mean, they're 2-1 ATS off a loss this season, and they went and played a bad New Orleans Pelicans team that was hurt, beat up, and injured, and they did what they were supposed to do. They ran them out of the building and won by 28. So I'm not questioning this. This Wizards team is really, really bad. I will feel perfectly fine if this Wizards team just gets up for a random game and doesn't end up covering the spread. But ultimately, I do think that the Cavs win this game by 20. I'm laying 17.5 with the Cavs, and I feel very confident with it. That is play number 1. Play number 2, we are going to go to the Philadelphia 76ers at home playing against the Indiana Pacers. Philly is laying 6.5 here. 227.5 is total. Player prop bet cheat sheet loves Joel Embiid, and I do too. Joel Embiid to go over 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Prop bet cheat sheet gives it a 70% cover probability. 48 is where they have him projected on the PRA. And I mean, there's a lot of things that are going pretty well for Joel Embiid. One, you're getting them off of rest. So they've had this long rest with the quarterfinals going on of the NBA Cup and all of that time. So everybody is coming off of rest here, but that rest really means a lot for Joel Embiid because he plays really, really good to this number when he's coming off of rest. Looking at Joel Embiid when he is coming off of rest this season, well, and last season. So this season and last season. And this is including like injuries, like when he's coming off rest and it's because of injuries. So including all of that, when he's coming off a rest, he's been 62% to this number last season. He's about 50-50 this season, but in his last 10 games, he has gone over this number in 6 of his last 10 games when he's coming off of 3+ more days rest going back to last season. I think that that's a really, really good spot for JoJo. Rested JoJo that is more healthy than what he can be, has been really good. And this also makes me feel well because of the matchup that he has going up against the Indiana Pacers, because you're getting arrested JoJo going up against a team. I mean, listen to the last games that he has played the Indiana Pacers. Remember, this is 43.5 on the PRA. Listen to the last games that he had played against the Indiana Pacers. He has a 31-7-3 game, 39, 12, and 6, 37, 13, and 7, 31, 7, and 7, 42, 5, and 3. There's a 26, 5, and 2 in there. 41, 20, and 4, 45, 13, and 2. Like, he's had very, very, very good games against the Indiana Pacers over the course of his career. I think this can be another good one coming off rest where he may actually really be a lot more healthier than we've seen him over the course of the season. He started to ramp up and started to look a lot better in his games. And I think he's going to go take advantage of a really good matchup and a team that he feels really comfortable against. And so give me Joel Embiid and the prop bet cheat sheet. Shout out to you. I'm going to take Joel Embiid to go over 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists in this game. I think he has a monster game against the Indiana Pacers. Okay. Here are a few bets that I am looking to make, haven't made, and I am interested in making through the rest of the day. I'll give you a player prop here. Jared Allen to go over his, I believe it's 23.5 points and rebounds. If Evan Mobley doesn't play, Evan Mobley turned his ankle in the, second quarter, I think, of the Miami Heat game. And so he's had time off. Remember, pretty much everybody's had a lot of time off here. So he's questionable. It looks like he might go, but there is a potential that they just hold him out and safe than sorry. They're playing against the Wizards. They don't need to, and the Wizards aren't playing anybody. So they really don't need to put Evan Mobley out there. If Evan Mobley doesn't go out there, it's almost automatic for Jared Allen to go over this line. He's been so good to this line when Evan Mobley's been out of the lineup. So I really want to do that. I'm waiting on the Evan Mobley news, and I may fire off on Jared Allen after that. I might still play Jared Allen, even if Evan Mobley plays, to be honest. Some sides and totals I like. Of course, I've told you, I don't think Indiana Pacers are good at all. And I think that everything is coming crashing down for them after making the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And as bad as Philadelphia has been, I think that with an amazing Joel Embiid game, as I think that's going to happen, I already bet Joel Embiid, I think that they're going to cover the numbers. So I really do like Philly -6.5. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm looking at betting that. I'm looking at the over in that game. I'm looking at the Suns on the road going to play the Jazz, another unserious basketball team as well. Uh, Very tempted in the Nets against the Grizzlies. Very tempted in the Nets against the Grizzlies. I think that might be a nice little spot for them as well. They've been very good against the Grizzlies this season, and I don't know why this is a double-digit spread yet again against this team, but I'm very tempted by there. I do like the over in that Suns and Jazz game as well. So big card, a lot of things are like, oh, I love the Clippers too. Catching 6.5. I might end up betting the Clippers. They've been really good. I think they won their last 4 against the Nuggets. They played them really well. And I just don't think this Nuggets team is very serious. They haven't been able to stop. They haven't been able to play defense. I can't lay points with teams that just don't play defense. So that's a really tough one for me. I think I really want to go Clippers and sprinkle on the money line with the Clippers there too. I think Clippers are playing a lot better ball. So a lot of plays that I'm interested in. I haven't necessarily got there in, but the 2 plays that I am making for sure, and I've already bet Cavs laying the big number, Cavs -17.5, and Joel Embiid to go over his points, rebounds, and assists, 43.5 to go over his points, rebounds, and assists. All right. I'm at really well __. Make sure you give me a follow at BettingPros on X and TikTok, at BettingPros NFL on Instagram, and YouTube.com/BettingPros, where if you leave a comment under any Fast Break Bets video and you are subscribed to Betting Pros, you will automatically be entered into a contest for a chance to win an autographed Tyler Hero jersey. Autographed Tyler Hero jersey. Legit, 100%. Hey, go try. Just try to get one. Go ahead. With that, I really think that's it. Let's have a good day. And remember, I'm going to drop a social short at the end of the day. Those have been pretty good. Pretty good. We cashed the cat ladder. We cashed a nice little plus money play on Keegan Murray. So let's try to find something and do it again tomorrow. All right. With that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.